Why is it that out of the hundreds of thousands of books published every year, less than 1% actually hit bestseller? And maybe you've held on to a book for a long time, and that fact, the number of books out there, really throws you off. And it makes you kind of hold back and just think, is it really worth it? Is it worth my time? Is it worth my energy? Is it really something that it is going to be a good return investment for the amount of work that's going to go into it? And maybe that's left you feeling a little bit defeated, a little bit overwhelmed, and just wondering, how am I actually going to make this happen for me? I'm Caitlin Silva, and I work with Christian mompreneurs. I help them to get clarity on their book content, confidently write and publish to bestseller, and use it as a business tool for impact, authority, and legacy. Over the last few years, I've personally written and published 11 books and counting, and 4 of them have been bestsellers. And so what I want to share with you in today's video is not only how it's 100% possible for you, but I want to share with you that having that book is so worth it. It is one of those things that once you do it and once it's out there, it becomes this amazing infinite resource of possibilities and something that opens up so many gateways for you. If you don't have a book yet, you're definitely missing out. Many authors, when they publish and when they pursue this book, they kind of do it with a fly by the seat of their pants mentality. They kind of just go for it, dive right in, kind of see how it plays out, and they just kind of hope and pray that it works. And the big difference for those who hit bestseller is they do it with a very strategic plan, and they don't deviate from that plan. They see that plan through 100% all the way until they achieve those results they've been wanting. They're intentional. They pay attention to what steps they're taking and how those are working out so they can pivot a little bit as they need to. And ultimately, they implement that strategy and they get those results. And so a lot of people oftentimes will kind of go for the strategy, but they don't implement the right steps, or they don't have the right guidance through the process, or they get overwhelmed or frustrated or stuck at some point and they deviate and they think, it's not working, and they try something else. And I like to compare this to the half-built bridge analogy. This isn't mine, so I can't take full credit, but it's an excellent way to imagine this process. So what happens is the author is looking on the other side of the river and wants to achieve that goal with their book, right? The bestseller. And so they start building the bridge across the river. And about halfway, they look at that river that's flowing underneath them and they think, I don't know if I'm going to make it. Maybe I should try a different spot. And so they got halfway, they built that bridge halfway, and then they go back and they started a different spot along the river thinking, this time it'll work. And then they get about halfway and they're thinking, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I'll try somewhere else. And they do this over and over again. And next thing they know, they have a whole bunch of half-built bridges and they still haven't gotten across yet. If they would have just stuck with the first one all the way through, even when it got really challenging, and if they had had the right support and help along the way, they would have already been there. And then they could have had one bridge across to use as a foundation to build on, so they could then build their other avenues and bridges, right? I think you get the point. So if you are in the place right now where you've been holding on to that book and you've been overwhelmed and you've just been thinking, I don't know, is it really going to make a difference? Is it really going to stand out? I want to say yes. Yes, it will. Yes, it's possible. And yes, it's worth it. I want to challenge you to get that clarity and start taking those steps. Start making the progress with your book. And let this book become that gateway of opportunity for you. And I would love to partner with you and come alongside you in helping you to have that step-by-step and that roadmap, so that instead of building half-built bridges, you can get yours all the way across and hit bestseller and start using that book as that tool to build in your business, build your impact, be introduced on speaking opportunities as a best-selling author. The potential is limitless. And so if you would like to take advantage of that opportunity, book a time to chat with me. I'll put the link below for you. And it's just an opportunity to have that more one-to-one interaction, get some support and some insights, and again, craft that step-by-step roadmap. I can't wait to connect with you because I believe that your book can change a life.